Hey, good afternoon. How are you? It's Brandon Devnich from i3D Themes. I hope you've had a fantastic week. I know we sure have here at i3D Themes, and it's now time for our Friday video, our interactive, where we share what we're passionate about and what we've been working on in the i3D Themes design and code labs. So this week has been all about Google, specifically the Google Speed Update. So to give you a little bit of history about this, back in February, Google announced that they were going to be a part of the new mobile first ranking index. They're going to be making speed an important factor of the ranking algorithm, called the speed signal. And so it's been building for some time. And we knew that it was coming out in July. And the first week of July hit, and nothing. And then they tweeted out that as of, I think it was Monday morning, it was live. So this is very interesting, this speed update. Back in, I think it was 2010, they also did some sort of speed aspect. Either your sites were fast or they were slow. With this one, it's more of a scale. And last week, they had mentioned that small changes, bit by bit, can impact your speed signal. So you might improve your page by 1 second load time this week, and 2 weeks later by another second, and it will help your ranking, each little change. And so that's really important. That was not what they were letting on in February. In February they said only the slowest of websites will be impacted. But now they're saying, well, little changes here and there can make some impact. And so that means that even moderately fast websites that may be loading at between 5 and 3 seconds can, if they can make improvements to their websites, can affect a change, a positive change. So this is really great. But word is that this change, this speed update, is actually more aggressive than Google originally let on. So we're finding that the rankings are actually having a bigger impact. There's a little bit more volatility. Maybe Google didn't realize that there were so many slow websites. I'm sure they knew. But I think the bulk of the websites that were developed in the last 10 years are really some of the slowest. There's so many large images for the hero sliders. There's so many different JavaScript files that are loaded for the different frameworks. All of this came about because Flash was deprecated back, probably about 8 years ago, because it wasn't mobile responsive, it wasn't mobile friendly, and so we had to have some way of having some interesting things happen on the page, and so we do that with JavaScript. And so we often use the jQuery JavaScript library, or sometimes the React library. But these things, they take time to load, and they're considered render blocking resources. And because of all of this, it slows down web pages. And it can take web pages that, if you didn't have all this stuff in that, maybe loading in 2, 3, 4 seconds to loading in 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. So Google says, well, upwards of 60% of people searching through Google are now using a mobile device, and mobile devices are typically slower, not just because of their computing power, but because of their data connections, and most of the world is still on 3G, and they will be through 2020, 2022. And so if a desktop computer can load a web page in 5, 6, 7 seconds, or maybe even 10 seconds because it's a slower web page, you haven't optimized it, how long is that going to take on a mobile device that's on a 3G network? Like 30 seconds or longer. And so the push has been on for Google to affect the results that are coming into the search engine results pages and have speed as a part of that ranking algorithm. Because they want to make sure that the results that they are displaying are, authoritative, they make sense, they have inbound links, the content is appropriate to the search term that you're using, and mobile responsive, and it's going to work on your device, and that they're fast. Because if it takes forever to load, you click on a link in Google and you go, wow, this takes forever. Oh, the next link also takes forever. Why would I use Google? Maybe I'll go off and use a different search engine. So that's why they're making these changes, because mobile is so ubiquitous across the globe, and it's going to be even more and more in the North American and European markets as the years go on, that they want to make this big push. The other big news that's coming down the pipes very soon, Google is going to be releasing Chrome 68, and they said it's going to be early July, which probably means next week. And with that, they are going to be displaying a little alert, more or less, up in the address bar. If you're not using a security certificate, it's going to be saying, "Not secure." Now, I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people, you know, like some of the older generation, when they see something like that, they go, "Oh no, close the browser." And so this update is coming. So if you have a website that is maybe not running a security certificate, you should probably look into doing that very soon. Chrome, I believe, is over 60% of the market as far as web browsers are concerned. And so if 60% of web browsers are going to come to your website and go, "Oh no, it's not secure," and you're going to be losing visitors, it might be time to see about getting a security certificate. Now, there are a number of different hosting providers out there that charge different amounts for security certificates. If you're hosting with us, we offer that aspect for no charge. We use something called the Let's Encrypt Open Certificate Authority. It allows us to provide this type of technology for no charge. So if you don't have a security certificate and you're hosting with us, all you have to do is just give us a call or send in a message to us, and we can do that for you, or you can do it yourself through your self-serve web hosting control panel. Either way, it's very important to go and do this any day now. I can't stress this enough. In any case, that's what's been really in the news this week. What's been keeping us busy this week? In the design lab, Colin has been working on the brand new Pegasus homepage. He hasn't even shared it with me yet. I think he's been massaging his ideas, but it's going to be a winner, and hopefully by the end of the next week he'll be working on actually starting the integration of it into the website. Crossing fingers, but from what he tells me, it's really excellent. And so, and then in the code labs this week, it's been all about working on Pegasus 1.9. So Pegasus 1.9 is really a focus in on performance, as well as giving a better feedback to what is going on with the acceleration of your website. And so this is, of course, our WordPress performance optimization plugin. And we've been developing this for about 1.5 years or so. What it does is it takes websites that were slow and makes them fast. That's the plain and simple aspect of it. Makes them much, much faster. It can take a website with web pages that are running 15 seconds load time, 2 seconds. And so, of course, that's very important for the Google Speed update. And so if you have a WordPress site, and even if you're running at between 3 and 5 seconds, there are things that can be done that Pegasus can do to make your website load even faster. So if that's important to you, making sure that you're found in search, you might want to check that out. And so yeah, so we've been working on version 1.9. We'll probably have that out early next week. And then after that, we've got a couple more features that we're building in for version 1.10, 1.10. I'll have to think of a better name than that. And then we'll be moving on towards Pegasus 2.0 towards the end of the summer. I will let you in on some of the information about what that's going to involve probably in the coming weeks. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me. Hope you've had a fantastic week and you got great plans for the weekend ahead. It is going to be a smoking hot weekend here in Victoria, British Columbia. Temperatures of 28 degrees Celsius. So for our friends south of the border, that means, let's do 56, add 30, 86? No, that doesn't sound right. Somewhere in there. It's going to be hot. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.